Hi everyone, this is Arlene with Design with Arlene. Welcome back to the second installment of my Scrapbook Sunday series. Today I am going to be making a scrapbook page. So the layout is 8.5 by 11 inches, but you can always change that format to whichever size that you are currently working on. So this could easily be switched over to a 12 by 12 or a 6 by 6 or even another square size, whatever size that you're working on. I am going to be using the stamp set called Color and Contour. This is a beautiful stamp set, and I'll be implementing some of the products in here, some of the stamps in my scrapbook layout. So join me while I go over and switch over to my craft table and we'll get started. So let me show you in addition to the stamp set that I'm using, the Color and Contour, I want to show you also the dies that I'm using. In this set, this is the bundle that you can purchase, the Color and Contour. This is the dies that coordinate with it. It's called the Scalloped Contours dies. And I'm just using one. I'm going to be using this beautiful scalloped edge here. And what I've done is I've taken a piece of basic white cardstock and I've just ran it through my machine, my embossing and cutting machine, a couple of times. You can see where it cuts out, and I just cut on one side and then I ran it through my machine again to cut it down here like that. And I took a strip of basic white cardstock. This was 3 by 11 inches. And don't worry about the measurements. Like I said, they are always on my blog every time, so you can always go there and get the measurements that you need for this particular project. The base of my card, or my scrapbook page, is going to be, let me move this out of the way. It's going to be a piece of 8.5 by 11, and this is the piece of the gorgeous grape. And I'm going to be laying this onto one side of my page. And I also have pre-cut out a few of the little scallop circles. This is from the Layering Circles die set. This is a definite oldie but goodie. You can tell how long I've had this when it's in the old packaging. So I used two different sizes. I cut out from the basic white, just the regular circle. And for the layering the scallop circles, I used the polished pink. This is one of our new in colors. So I have 5 of these that I've cut out, and then 5 of the circles. Okay. So let's go ahead and do some stamping on these circles. Today's colors that I'm using, well, I'm starting out with 4 of the colors to make some flowers of the in color colors, and then I've also added a So Saffron. So let me go ahead and actually start with the So Saffron, and this is one of the flowers that has the more solid image in the stamp set. So just inking up with the So Saffron. Now you can see that I've placed a little, let me turn it upside down. It's kind of slight, so I don't know how much you can see it in the camera, but there's a little black, I used a black Sharpie with that just to mark it. And I'm going to want to place these flowers and stamp them where the petal that I've marked with the Sharpie is down at the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to clean my stamp and then go on to Pale Papaya. See if I can get that a little bit centered. It's a lot easier when you're not on camera. And that's the Pale Papaya. And next I'll be moving on to, this is our polished pink. See if I can get a little bit centered on there. Oh, see, I'm a little bit off center, but that's okay. All right, next I'll go on to the Fresh Freesia. All right, there we go. That's a centered one. And then you can see all the beautiful colors here. This last color that I'm using for the flower is the Soft Succulent. Again, I'm keeping the flower so that the marker that I have the Sharpie, the petal that I placed a Sharpie mark on, is at the bottom. Okay, so you have all of those. Those are the 5 different colors. And then I will be going on and moving on to the more of the outline image. And you can see that I have placed that little black Sharpie mark right there on the bottom. And what that does is it helps me to align them the best way, because some of the stamps, especially like ones like this, they are rather hard to tell where to actually place them. This is not a stamp that is meant to be exact. It's meant to be a little off, and you will see it when I stamp it on there, and that's okay. This color is the 5th in color for this year, and it's called the Evening Evergreen. And I'm just going to stamp that as close as I can. Okay, there's one. And I'm using the Evergreen Evening on all of these as the outline color. So I will continue to stamp all of the other 3. All right, now we have all of 5 different flowers, and I'm going to go ahead and just glue these flower circles onto these scalloped circles. So I have brought back the base of our page layout, which is the 8.5 by 11 piece of gorgeous scrape. And then next I'm taking this strip and I want to place these fun little flowers on top. And so there's going to be 5. I like to just make sure that I have them as evenly spaced as I can. I don't worry about trying to line them up, you know, exactly like taking a ruler or anything, but you certainly can if you want. And then next, just go ahead and glue these 5 circles onto your strip of basic white. And now that I have all of the 5 circles glued on, go ahead and adhere your white strip to the gorgeous scrape here on the side. So a lot of times I like to plan a 2-page layout. So what I like to do is have kind of a border. So I'm making a border. So this border, even though it's on the left side, can easily be kind of mirrored onto a right page layout by just switching it over. And then you would have a 2-page layout with each border, one on the left and one on the right. You can also easily make this to where it's down on the bottom. So you can have a strip on the bottom and a strip on the top, or vice versa. And now it's time for placing the photos. And in this case, for this tutorial, I'm just going to be showing some photo mats. So I've cut a piece of the Heather Highland as well as a little bit smaller piece of the basic white. Glue that together, and then I also have a smaller square. So the mats that you want to use will correspond to the pictures that you have, the sizes of pictures. Okay, I'm also going to, and I could have it like this, or I could choose to have it this way and have a little spot for some journaling, which is what I think I'll do. So I'll be doing that. And then I'm also, let me glue this so I can show you what I want to do with this really pretty ribbon. So I'll just glue that mat on there like that. And then I have some of this. This is the Girl Green ribbon, and it's the Highland Heather. So I'm just going to tie a knot this time. I don't want to have a lot of bulk in my scrapbook pages, so you can see why I don't. In my last video I shared that I don't like to really use a lot of Stampin' Dimensionals like I do on my cards. So this is just going to be a simple knot instead of a bow, and make it without very much of a tail. You can opt to put this ribbon on after your photos have been placed, or you can actually just leave it like that and then slide the photo on. Okay, so I will go ahead and adhere this to the top here and repeat this process with the bottom mat, and we'll place it down like that, just like that. Now I am going to add one more thing, and that's adding just a little bit of bulk, but not a lot. These are our Pearl Basic jewels, and I am going to actually color them. They are pretty, just a white, they're pearl in color, but I have the dark daffodil, and these are our Stampin' Blends. I'm going to use the small pearls because they're less bulky than the larger ones. And I'm just going to do some coloring. And you're going to see it's just going to color those yellow, very pretty. And I'll do a few of those. A few more. All right. And then just going to pick these up with my little pick tool. Maybe I just got this. All right. And then, so I'm still learning how to use it. And I think I've got, let me try this other side. This is like this little mini spatula. I like to think it's fun. But, okay, I guess I need to learn some more, right? And I'm just going to be placing about 3 of them on each flower. Okay, so I have placed a few of the metallic pearls that are colored with the Stampin' Blends, and in each of the middle of the flowers. And in between breaks, I worked with this one, and it is the putty part, which is the easiest way to pick up those pearls. So wanted to pass that little tip on to you. But there you have a quick and easy scrapbook page. So thanks again for watching. This is the second in a series of 4, and I will be back for another one on next Sunday. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.